Hello, Jim Pittman here. Just wanted to take a couple minutes to share some of the websites that I use to look at weather over the next several days. And the first one is weather.com/maps/planner. And this is just the outlook from the Weather Channel. Same kind of stuff you might see on TV. I like it because it's easy to save the link on your phone or bookmark this site, so you can just go to it with one tap, and it shows the current day and it shows the weather for the whole US going out 7 days into the future. So not official for aviation, but a great way just to kind of see general weather systems and what's going on. For the official aviation weather, I recommend aviationweather.gov. And this is a service from NOAA and the National Weather Service. And lots of great resources here, lots of great tools. For what we're talking about right now, go to forecasts and then prog charts. And here it's kind of confusing on what to do next. What you want to do is scroll down all the way to the surface plot. This is where we want to go. Or at the very top, just click on SFC for surface, and this gives you the link that you can save or bookmark. And I like this because it starts with the current surface prog or surface analysis. And if you click on the thumb button, it'll actually give you thumbnails that are similar to what we saw at weather.com. So that's kind of nice for a quick glance of what's going on over the next 7 days. And over here to the right, you can click info. And this will give you a lot of great information. Again, this is official aviation weather. If you scroll down, this is actually educational. So you can see what a lot of the symbols are, what's being shown on this and the charts I'm about to show you. So back to the surface chart. Hit back a couple times. Starting here with the surface analysis. On the time here, you can see right now it's just about 5 o'clock Arizona time, 5 p.m. on Wednesday, March 13th. And if you hit the drop down here, you can see all the different times in Zulu or UTC time. Well, here in Arizona, we don't observe daylight saving time. So midnight Zulu or 0000 UTC is always 5 p.m. local. So right now we're coming up on midnight Zulu of the following day, which would be the 14th right here. We're actually 2 minutes from this time spot. So you can click on these, but what I really like about this setup, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here, is to use these arrow buttons, and I'm going to click to the right. So we go from the surface analysis, and the first click, it gets all colorful because now it's showing a forecast of snow and rain and thunderstorms and highs and lows and fronts, all kinds of good information here at a glance. And this one really caught my attention today because you can see we've got this strong low right in the middle of the United States, a couple cold fronts coming around here, warm fronts moving up to the north, and you can see where this cold front caught up to this warm front and made an occluded front, which is interesting to see. And the whole thing spinning counterclockwise, which is what we would expect around a low pressure system in the northern hemisphere. A couple low pressure troughs over here. And if we keep clicking these buttons forward, so you can see the issue time, and it's valid at midnight Zulu on the 14th, which is, again, actually looking at my clock on the wall, that's exactly right now as I'm recording this. It's 5 p.m. in Arizona. And I click forward again, and you can kind of go forward in time on the forecast. And you can see how that system is moving to the east, and we can take it all the way out 7 days into the future to see what the forecast is for the whole United States. So just wanted to share that with you. Long as I'm at it, let me share one of my quick explanations of high and low pressure systems. I find a lot of confusion on this. So the easiest way to understand high and low pressure systems is to think of it in 3 dimensions and to realize that the atmosphere is a fluid. Just like water is a fluid, air is a fluid, not just like, but comparable. So we've got this three-dimensional fluid floating over planet Earth called air, or the atmosphere. And when you have a pile of air stacked up, that's a high pressure system. Just like if this was the ocean, it's like a pile of water in a certain place at an instant in time. And a low pressure system is a depression or the absence of a pile. So it goes down. And the lines in between, called isobars, show areas of equal pressure, or again, making a comparison to water. Imagine you're out in the middle of the ocean and the water is just kind of moving around, going up and down slowly. So there's, at any instant in time, there's an area where the water's several feet higher and the water's several feet lower. And then a few seconds later, it evens out and goes the other way. And that's how we have waves moving up and down out in the ocean. Well, the atmosphere is doing the same thing, but much slower. It's a much larger area. And at any instant in time, there's areas where it's low, called a low pressure system, and there's areas where it's high, called high pressure system. And in general, air wants to flow from the high to the low. So there's kind of a quick explanation of what it means to have a low or to have a high. And then because of the rotation of the Earth in the northern hemisphere, air wants to go, it gets deflected to the right as it moves. So coming out of a high, you would expect air to get deflected to the right, which would cause it to start going clockwise around a high. And as air flows into the low, it goes to the right. Or if it comes from this way, it comes into the low and goes to the right. And so that all causes it to go counterclockwise around the low. So a couple quick resources online there to find forecasts for large areas of the country over several days, and a quick explanation of highs and lows and rotation of the atmosphere. Hope that helps.